So we have our first emergency of this trip. We have a very old dog, 16 years old. Poor guy wears diapers. Well, apparently it didn't cover everything up. So yeah, it happened. So we finally made it over here to the Auburn RV Park. We got our campground all set up here for the night. Alexander is getting the dogs ready. This is a quick pit stop before we head over to Asheville. Let's see what the family's doing inside here. Oh, looks like they're doing some homework. Homework, ladies?
Hi.
Homework, Sito? How's your homework doing?
Good. It was funny.
Oh, I love it. Decided to take the long haul yesterday, so it'd make it a little bit easier for today. Me and Alexander are outside walking the dogs right now, especially after yesterday's accident, which wasn't very fun. So we're gonna get these dogs handled, and we're gonna enjoy the scenery. We made a quick pit stop over here at Southland RV in Atlanta, Georgia. We heard that they have a 30-foot flying cloud with a bunk, which has been kind of hard to find and see. We do have our Globetrotter sitting over here, but we wanted to check it out, see what the space looked like, and see if it may be a little more conducive to our travel style. So keep our fingers crossed, we'll see. Please give me a tour.
So this is where we're gonna eat, and over here is our dogs in the little cage, and that's where the fire, that's the wood, and right here is where we set our bikes, and this is a whole campsite. It's really beautiful. And over there is where my dad is cooking our dinner. And over here is like, this is our airstream with lights.
Beautiful job, baby. Well done. Superb campsite.
Tons of pictures and tons of video of this.
So while in Asheville, we were actually able to visit some friends that used to live in Texas but moved to North Carolina a couple years ago. So they were able to actually cut out some time of their busy schedule as well, which we're very thankful for, and take a 3-hour drive, rent an Airbnb, and we met them at the Asheville Arboretum.
Yes, it's so awesome when you're able to have a great friendship with someone, and not just one of us, it's the whole family, and you both prioritize each other's friendships. It's really a blessing, and it was so rejuvenating for our souls to get to see them, let the kids run around and enjoy the gardens of the Arboretums. It was so beautiful. They had Lego sculptures everywhere. They had live music outside, which is pretty cool. So we ended up making it our our 1 hour or 2 hour little stop at the Arboretum, an entire like 6 hour
A full evening.
time. Yes, but it was awesome.
Ending with wine and dinner, and
Yes.
it was absolutely beautiful outside, so it really just made it a wonderful visit. The Biltmore. What do we need to say?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Perfect.
No. And this was one of the main points of interest for this trip that we had kind of been planning. Well, me for about a month, my wife a lifetime. So once we got there, you're absolutely captivated. The sprawling acreage, the village, the town with the shopping and the food, and then of course the mansion.
Yeah, so the entire thing is breathtaking. Just driving in, I just imagined being on a carriage, riding to try to ride up to the house. The funny thing is our daughter thought it was an open house originally that we were going to. And I was just like, is this an open house? Are we gonna buy this? Like,
Best open house ever.
I was like, no, we can't afford it. They can't, like, they're taking tickets so they can afford to keep up the sustainability of it. But it was awesome. It was breathtaking. We highly recommend it. We did the winery. We did the petting. We started off with the petting zoo actually first for the kids. We got there early, and we did the petting zoo. They're not letting you pet the animals as of right now because of COVID, but our kids still really enjoyed it. And we walked around the shops a little bit, got our bearings, and then we went to had lunch, and then we went to our estate, to the estate tour.
The great thing about this, especially during this COVID time period, as we keep mentioning, things are a little bit different. But this one actually worked out to our advantage because it was not very crowded. The way they have it set up is you schedule a time for your tour, and the great thing is, it's probably only, 20, maybe 30 groups to your scheduled time. But once you get to the door and your group is called, they stagger you. So the group in front of you and behind you is a good 30 seconds to a minute. So what's nice is, even though a lot of these rooms are really expansive, really huge, you may only have about 6 to 7 people in each room at a time. So it works out great. And our kids, we were a little worried. You know, it's a tour, it's a historical tour. We didn't know how much attention of theirs we'd be able to captivate, but they fell in love with it.
Yes, they loved it. So we opted just to do the audio tour, and we for the kids and for us, but they're not doing a kids audio tour right now because we didn't want to spend on the VIP experience. It's a lot more expensive, and we weren't sure how long they would last. But let me tell you, they love the audio tour. Just as much. They love seeing it. They love learning the history behind it.
Yeah.
The way people lived then, seeing the grandiose way, the way they did their laundry, the way the
architecture, the materials that were used, the detail in every single room was breathtaking.
It was, and our son had tons of questions, which luckily almost every person working there was able to answer.
Extremely knowledgeable staff.
Yes, so we deeply, deeply enjoyed the tour, and we definitely want to go back to do the
For the VIP tour.
Yes, for the VIP to see what's happening behind the little
velvet ropes.
Yes, like the thing. But yes, so we highly recommend it. I do recommend getting there early and making a day out of it.
Absolutely, and I think a day is even a little bit short. You know, I know we looked before we even started this, travel trailer, and we were thinking about staying on the property. And I can see why people do, because you can make a weekend or even a week if you have that luxury. Every trip that we plan, we try to find one stop. I think this was a luxury, historical trip, but nonetheless, it did kind of bring out some curiosity in the kids that they wanted to explore further.
Yeah, so they wanted to learn about the Vanderbilts, how they made their fortune, how it changed the country, how it changed transportation. So it went further than just the estate, which is what I loved And I love sharing with the children. They're not just learning what they're seeing in front of them. They're learning past that, and they're learning history.
Thank you guys again for tuning in to this tour of Asheville. Stay tuned next week where we head over to the Smoky Mountains. So make sure to hit that like and that subscribe. And thank you guys very much.
Yes, thank you guys. We'll see you next week.